Hi, Mr. Boy. Thank you for having us here today. My name is Matthew Casting.
My name is Natalie Turbo.
I'm Alicia.
Nice to meet you guys.
So before we talked about why we think we should expand in Australia, we just wanted to play you a little video that we came up with just to kind of ease into the topic. So thank you for letting us show you that video. So really what we want to do is everything that's already done in America, just what is attracted, that making it like a Tervis, it's American company, but we wanted to kind of integrate that into the Australian market where they feel like it's part of their culture as well. So we're going to do a presentation just to give you many reasons why we believe that this would be the best company for us to move into at this point. We have technical difficulties. So that refresh right there. Go back. There we go. Okay.
Okay, about Australia. Australia is the world's smallest continent, yet the largest island at 7.7 million square kilometers of land. Australia lies southeast of Asia in between the Pacific and Indian Oceans. Australia is the lowest, flattest, and driest continent aside from Antarctica. In Australia, you will find a range of deserts, rainforests, beaches, and even mountains. Australian seasons are reversed from what we experience in the United States. They see only about 2 feet of rain per year, and with their range of seasons, it's important that Australians keep their beverages how they would like them, hot or cold. The economy. Australia has an open free market democracy and is known to be one of the world's strongest economies. They have the second highest average level of wealth in the world and the highest median wealth. In 2014, the GDP was estimated at $1.535 trillion, with 65% of that total GDP coming from the service sector. There are currently almost 12 million employed people in Australia with an unemployment rate of 6.2%. The average Australian family makes $185,000 combined per year, and the average individual makes about $1,500 per week.
So now that you know basic information about the country and also the economy there, how it's strong and thriving at this point of time, we just kind of wanted to focus on more the specific demographics in the target market that we would be marketing to. So in our research, we just did a lot of analyzing of statistical data. We found 3 primary target markets that we can move into. The first one has to do with age, but as you can see, I'll show you how age has a drastic impact on every single target market that we are thinking about marketing to. So the first one it has to do with age. So the median age is 37.3 years old. That's obviously, it's also increasing, which is it's not a big problem, but it is increasing. And so the largest age group is called the working age, and that's 15 to 65 years old. So that would be the primary people that we would market to, since majority of those people do have jobs while at work. You know, a really good, durable drinkware that they could have at work to stay hydrated, keep their mind clear and ready to focus on their work and continue to do the best that they can do. Would be wise to market to. The next is like the physically active people. Australia has a lot of like outdoor enthusiasts and a lot of athletes that come out of that country. So 43% are adults. 43% of adults meet that national physical activity recommendation, but the largest is the young adults, with 53% of young adults meeting that system. That's that activity standard. So that would be the primary market that we would do when it comes to physical activity. Just the younger age, but also we're not going to give up on the adults or the older generation who don't really meet the standards as much. So really kind of ease them into that marketing system, but not like encouraging them to continue to stay healthy. That you can, even if you're older or aging, that you can still benefit your body by staying healthy and be physically active. So, but the largest demographic that we have that we want to target is obviously the coffee and tea drinking culture that is already established in Australia. So 46% of the population is drinking coffee, which is close to half, obviously, and 38% drinks tea. So that it increases with age as well. So the older you get, the more coffee you're drinking. So when it comes to that, we would probably target kind of like the middle age to the older generation, but again, not specifically tailored to those two people. We can still incorporate the young adults as well. But just to give you some idea of how much coffee they drink, 16.3 million cups of coffee are consumed a day in Australia, and the majority of those are brewed at home. So they need a durable drinkware container that's safe that can get hot and it keeps it hot when they go throughout their day. So yeah, those are the target markets that we wanted to talk about, just to give you more basic information, but also that it's not exclusively to those three. What has made tourists so successful in the United States partially is because of the tourism attraction that they have. So in the East Coast, they have a lot of retail stores that a lot of people in the touristy places go to get like a souvenir or memorabilia to take home, so they remember that forever. So we wanted to replicate that in Australia because it has the 7th largest tourism rating in the world. So we wanted to like evaluate the most tourist attracting places and then choose like 1 or 2 of those places to set up a retail store there, and those are a list of the 7. So it's like the Sydney Harbour, Great Barrier Reef, the national park that's there, Melbourne, Sydney Harbour Bridge, Bondi Beach, and Broome. So a little bit more about that.
I will talk about the channels of distribution. In US, Tervis sell its product at JCPenney and Target. Because at previous video, Tervis already has 70 years old history in US. So customer know our brand and know where to buy. So they will go to the shopping mall, the supermarket to buy our product. To expand our product in Australia, first we consider the retailers. Because it has a high customer flows and diversity products, people will easily and convenience notice our product and find our features. The retail brand we choose called Coors Supermarket is so popular in Australia and is nearby customers. So it's and also it's a very good and reliable brand in customers. Next, we're gonna think about the wholesaler middleman. the product we're gonna choose is Buffalo Sports and the Frontline Sports. They are the outdoor and camping wholesalers. When people have this kind of needs, they will go to the sports malls to buy product, then they will find our products and buy our products. For the import and export agents, we're gonna choose Unique Global Trading. It's very professional brand, and they will do like market research and documentation for us. Besides this, we're gonna think about the warehousing. The warehousing we're gonna choose is called Shipware. It's very popular in worldwide, and its location in Sydney. As our mentioned previously, we're gonna target the tourist area, so it's nearby the many the harbor. So that visitors will buy our product and easy for us to shipping and reduce cost.
Okay, Tervis tumblers, they vary in price. They range from $19.99 to $39.99, which is cheaper than their competitor Yeti. And you can also customize, so you can personalize it and make it special as a gift or just for yourself. Tervis targets families because they offer a broad range of mugs, sippy cups, wine glasses, and water bottles. Since they're going to target the coffee drinkers to keep cold drinks cold and hot drinks hot, you can even microwave them for 30 seconds. So it's easy and it's going to take the place of their competitor Yeti. With 90% of the population watching TV regularly and 50% still listens to the radio daily, we could get in through those channels of marketing and just really market to the public.
So I know that you're the head of the board, so we wanted to give you the opportunity to kind of ask us any questions that you have. I hope that you already see that there's a reason why we took so much time and researched Australia to expand to, but we want to give you the opportunity to ask questions.
You guys have a lot of good information. You said you did your research really well. I know you went over some of this, but I'm just gonna have you reiterate a few points for me. So, like you said, the company has had 70 years of success with just being a U.S. brand. So, why expand, and why did you initially look into Australia?
Yeah, so pretty much the reason why is because they have such a similar culture and just the way like their economy works is very similar to the United States. So really what attracted us was how wealthy the economy was, or how wealthy the country is and how well the economy is doing there. And a lot of those people are, majority of the population are working people. So we thought, you know, this water bottle is such a good, durable water bottle. Why not target to those people that are working to stay hydrated at work? We can highlight the health benefits of that. So we saw a really big market in that way. Also, just because how much they attract tourists, that's been such a large part of the success in America for this company. So we wanted to kind of take that over there as well. Plus, everybody knows about how crazy they are, like they're extreme sports, so they need a durable water bottle, as well as like just regular on the beach, stay hydrated. And that coffee and tea market is pretty much the biggest opportunity that we have there, and it's just as big as America. So we thought that would be just a really, really smart decision for us to go there.
Alright, so our products are made in the U.S. and that's something that the company wants to keep. It's something that we take a lot of pride in. So we want to continue manufacturing in the U.S. So is it feasible and economical to have direct export to Australia?
Yeah, the company, cause it's country by country, so there's will be the cultural difference between two countries. And the agents we're going to choose called Unique Global. They will help us to do more research to continue to our future U.S. manufacturer, and also suit for the Australian culture. And they will help do the documentation, government documentation, and some legal things. And they are professional agency and do several years. They specifically focus on American to Australian, so we can rely to them, and they will help us to expand our products.
Sure. Everything that you presented so far seems to be really positive. So did you find any drawbacks in your research or any possible blocks to this type of expansion?
Yeah, some of the only drawbacks that we saw was that Tervis's competitor Yeti is already very well established in Australia. However, it is much more expensive and it's not customizable compared to the Tervis. And the broad range of different mugs, sippy cups, things like that. Because the product will be manufactured in the US still, we have to make sure that Australian warehouses will be stocked. Shipwire Inc. in Sydney has over 40,000 square meters of storage, so it's not a problem storing all of these. We just have to make sure the logistics and shipping them over on time is on track.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming out. There has been some talk about the next 10, 15 years possibly expanding. So it'll be interesting if you guys do a little bit more research, dig a little deeper, and we'll definitely be in contact. I know that we have a conference coming up soon, so we'll be talking more about the possibility of expansion. So I just really appreciate you guys coming out and doing all your hard work, and we'll be in contact.
Okay, thank you for having us.